Hey everyone, welcome back to the show. Hope all of you have been doing fine. It's been a while. I think the last one was before yesterday, but I'm back trying to be here for the monthly close at least. Um, might not be a very long stream, but we're here. We're gonna be discussing some new development that I see. Um, which is interesting, very interesting. So we'll talk about that. We'll talk about what's going on with the, markets, sentiment in general, and if if the bottom could be in yet, or is it around the corner? You know. Welcome, Ralph. Ralph, good to see you here too. So let's get into things straight away. So we got our monthly close. Okay, we got our monthly close. Prior candle closed pretty bearish. Okay, we can't really say much about that. It's still not looking the healthiest when it comes, for the bulls. When it comes to the monthly chart, that is. Still negative momentum on the histogram. MACD is still looking bearish. The only nice thing that I can see in the monthly right now is the fact that we have this nice divergence going on, okay, when it comes to the relative strength index. But on the histogram, I can't take anything good out, okay? But when it comes to the other oscillator, like, it's looking nice, it's looking very nice, okay, especially if it gets respected, which we will see by, zooming in at lower time frames and see what's going on there, right? So on the weekly, there's some nice things that I see already, okay? You remember how this candle was looking pretty ugly when Sunday started? For those of you who were watching the stream with me, chat. But right now, we need a bit more push, but this is looking better than what it was looking, definitely looking better, okay? So if this can at least, if this month, just keep this in mind, if this month can at least close above, let's say, 18.7, okay, $18,750, to be a bit more conservative, we might see some nice pump coming month, even, some kind of continuation. And I'm not talking about those, $500, $1,000, pump, but we might see something like 20%, minimum. Like, we might see it happen, okay? Now, long term, I'm still not convinced yet, okay? Like, I feel like the bottom is sewn in, but I need some more, need to see some more things confirming it before I say this or that. But I feel like we're starting to smell it, okay? We're starting to smell it, like it is around the corner. So we will see what happens. I wouldn't be shocked still if we see just one more leg down to, the levels of 14K, 13.5. I've been talking about it a lot. So that's still not out of the, question yet completely. But it will be if I see some more, signs telling us that that was it. Especially if, I'll get into it soon, but I'm starting to smell that it could be soon. Okay, let's see, maybe a month or two. This is, by the way, the chart is looking now, so we'll see how it ends up. But by the way the chart is looking now, okay? Mago, welcome to the show. Glad you made it. I'm glad to have you guys here, and hope you like you've had a good day and A good evening so far. Excuse me while I sip on my tea. So, because I do feel still a bit under the weather, but we'll do our best. So that's what's going on, okay? Weekly, I like the way it's shaping up right now. Like this is better than what it was looking. And the good thing is, remember the support that we spoke about the last time we were, on this support level right here, which would be between 16158 to 15964. It held. We literally went all the way down, almost touched it to the dot, almost. And then we had this indecision candle. There was some bad news coming out. Um, BlockFi with the dust, they filed for bankruptcy. Okay. At the same time, people, TAYs, now TAYs, were taking trade at this demand zone. So we can clearly see there was a fight between the bulls and the bears. And then this happened. Okay. And then the nice thing is, remember, guys, I kept on telling you, well, as long as we can't close above 16,860, we are still really in a danger zone. Guess what happened? We closed above it, and then on top of that, we tried to break below it. Again, we tried, but it didn't work out. All we saw was a wick below it, but then this level actually held. Look where this push kind of held strong. It's around 16,859, 16,860, okay? So it means that the TA we're doing is being respected pretty much, okay? So far, so good. So far, so good. Now, let's head over and read what the Western indicators are telling us and so on and so forth, right? Okay. Like I said, monthly just started, so let's give it a bit time, but I like how the weekly is forming up right now. It looked worse when, we had that dump, and I'm guessing it's because of the BlockFi news as well, not only TA-wise, but then the pump, it had to do with TA more than anything else. On top of it, we had news that I shared with the people on Discord, with the members on Discord, that Brazil Senate approved the Bitcoin law to regulate cryptocurrencies. And I think this is because eventually they might, start using Bitcoin as a payment form there. So this could be the cause, okay? Still, I'm leaning more, it was, TA wise, if anything else, because support held. And I did tell you guys there's a fight going on between the bulls and the bears, clearly, where support held as well, okay? So, that plus the news, people FOMO in and so on, it tends to happen. So, I think we're starting to smell the smell of the bottom, but I can't say it's here, it's right here and now, okay? But we're starting to smell it, like it's not bad, okay? Anyways, back to the daily. So we do have positive momentum on the histogram, which is good, and I suppose, yeah, well, MACD is bullish. RSI is close to neutral at last, after all that, choppy action. Prior daily candle closed with a nice bullish engulfing candle. That we like. That is something we like to see. And look, I'm gonna get into the resistance levels to the upside, but there is one thing we have to discuss before that, okay? There is some type of, well, there is a hint of bearish divergence developing. It is there, okay? And it's gonna be invalid if we can, if we could close, somewhere above this, the bottom of this box, which would be around $21,350. If that happens, fine, it's gonna be invalid. Until then, be aware that there is a hint of bearish divergence developing. It's not out of the question yet, okay? Guys, hold on. I just gotta have a sip of my tea again. Hold on. Okay. Looking at the other screen, let me see what the 20 period and 50 period. Oh, guys, okay, look at this. Well, you can't see it, but price action. You know how the 20 period moving average was acting as some type of resistance on the last live stream I showed you guys? Right now, price action is way above it, which is good. But in general, moving averages are still looking like bearish, okay? They're still not benefiting the bulls, okay? They're still looking bearish. Keep that in mind. But Eastern indicators, I love this action. Like anybody hitting on this, engulfing candle is gonna miss out. And the fact that we broke above 16,860 levels, it kind of, gave us a nice, confirmation that, okay, now we might see it, rise a bit higher. Thing is, we need a 4-hourly close above, I think it was $17,200, I told you guys. That hasn't changed yet, okay? It's still pretty much the same. I do not want to see wicks. I want a body close. A body close, a little bit follow through after that for me to be convinced, okay? But on the daily, like the way things are looking, and if we get a 4-hourly close above $17,200, and I'm being conservative now, there is not much holding us until 17.5, 17.6, areas, okay, to start with. And then we'll talk about, other levels when we get closer to that one. But we need a 4-hourly close above 17,200, okay, for this to continue. And on top of that, it's very, very crucial that we do not close anywhere below 16,500-ish, and I'm being conservative, just this box, okay? Remember how it was, excuse me guys, remember how it was acting as resistance? Now we flip it to support. It's simple, we flip it to support. So as long as this can hold as support and we do not break below it, we're cool. If we break below it, we are gonna be closer to recent lows, and if we reach recent lows, we are gonna be closer to that one leg down, thing that could happen, okay? Which would be around, 13.5, 14, just let's say between 13 to 14K, really. To be a bit more conservative, I'd look at 13,697, but we can see a wick a bit lower or just a bit above it, so that's why I'm also saying could be between 13 to 14K, but according to TA it is around 13.7, okay? And of course, if we lose that one, that's another discussion. That's why I always tell you guys, let's take it level by level, so no need to talk about, we already discussed what levels we can see if that breaks, but right now there's really no need to talk about it because we'll see what happens first, right? Okay, it's gonna take a minute break. Well, not a minute, I'm gonna be here with you guys, but just slow down the pace a little bit. Chat, Ralph, beautiful people, how are you following? Hope you've been killing those paper trades or relaxing and just watching market and so on. And what do you think? What do you think? Do you think the TA we've been speaking about have been respected so far, or do you think no, not so much? S, Ralph, S. S? Oh, you mean yes? I think you mean yes, right? Yeah, yeah, more or less. It's been. You're also a fast writer, Ralph. I notice you're like me and Mago. Yeah, more or less. It's well, more. It's been respected because you remember the last stream. Um, you wanted me to show you the 1 minute chart, and I told you it's more important to see the hourly because I saw that we were at support. We came down, we pulled back down a little bit, yes, after we hit support, because I think we are somewhere around these levels. So we came up, we came down again, but we never broke below it. I have been using some aspects of your TA, and if I incorporate it correctly, it works really well. Awesomeness, Mago, awesomeness. Like, and look, you're not even that old. Like, you're not new to the crypto space, definitely not, but you're not that old either. And imagine, like, you're new to the stream. Well, not that new anymore, but I'm also new to the stream, myself. So it makes me like feel like maybe you have a good structure yourself too. Like, it's not just because of me, but I think you have a nice way, a nice, structure to study and to practice. I think that is why it's actually going well for you, because even if I talk, some people might not have the right structure, the right way to discipline themselves and to trade according to what I'm teaching and so on. But I think you have a good structure, good base. That's why it might be working out for you as well. So kudos to you guys. Kudos to you. That's good news. Like, I want to hear that. I want to hear that you guys are advancing and developing because that's what I want. That's the main part. And together, of course, we're gonna advance and develop and so on. But you guys are in the right path. Like, the simplest, most basic thing is thank you yourself for sharing with us, Mago. The simplest, most basic thing is do not do not rush to get in at resistance. Okay, don't. It's always better to get in at support. Like, if you saw the last stream, maybe it kind of itched to take a paper trade around these levels. Why? Because support held. At the same time, we saw that on the 4 hourly chart there was clear fight. There was FUD on in the streets, fine, but there was some clear fight as well, between the people who are looking at this TA wise and the people who are FUDing and selling because well, another exchange, another company bit the dust. But this fight told us a lot. And then on top of that, when we broke 18,600, no, 16,860 levels, it was kind of okay. Thank you for the confirmation, TA. Now let's go a bit higher. So it's interesting to see how it works out. On top of that, another good thing, we can see that the short-term moving average is trying to curl above the midterm, which is good. We need that to happen. Like, we need all those indicators, both on the Western and Eastern, to show us that it's gonna be benefiting the bulls. I don't only want to see it on the Eastern. I want to see it um, on both cases, like on both the Eastern and the Western. Looking at my other screen, there's some good news for the bulls. The short-term moving average just crossed over the midterm, okay? So we are far away from it. As a matter of fact, let me just bring it forward for you guys, because sometimes it's easier for you guys to understand when I'm showing it to you and not just talking about it, right? So here you go. Before I get into the 4-hourly, you know how I said that it was acting as resistance, short-term period moving average? Now we broke above it. Price action is far above it, so that's good. And on the 4-hourly, look at this. Short term, which is the purple one, is just starting to cross above the midterm. We need this. On top of that, for us to see this, you know, maybe 20% rise, okay, like 20% more push, we need the purple line, this purple line, to get above this orange line, okay? That would be the long-term moving average, fine. And we also need the midterm to get above this one. So the order should be purple line first, above both, then midterm second, above this one, and then this moving average last. Okay, let me try to show you. You see something like this. You see here? This is what you want to see if you want to understand, well, if you want to know that, you know, okay, the bulls are the ones who are in control right now, okay? This is the order of moving averages you want to see. Okay, back to the other one. So far things are looking fine, especially on the daily, but like I told you, it's not only the daily. We need to see a 4-hourly close above $17,200 for us to get back to this level. And on a daily, if we break anywhere below this level right here, it's gonna be done. Okay, like then we are back to the levels of seeing the other, you know, side to the downside, because we are gonna be closer to that. If we get below this level, it's not a good look, okay? Like, last resort, if you want to be a bit more conservative, let's say 16,330-ish levels. We break below that one, just to be a bit more conservative, it's done. Like, but this one should hold, like this one should hold. Next one is this one, like next critical key level, okay? So that's Bitcoin. Before I continue, there is one more important thing you guys should be very aware of, okay? There is some hints like, look, we need price to continue. Otherwise, remember the hint of bearish divergence that we saw, you know, that could break until $21,300, I think it was. That is only one of the bearish like divergences that I see is developing, okay? Unless we break above it. But before that one, if you check out the histogram, there's also another type of, you know, bearish hint going on there, okay, when it comes to divergence. So we need price to push a bit higher. We need this histogram to, you know, get above the prior island, okay? So we can invalidate all the bearish hints that we see when it comes to the divergence, okay? So we need that, and for that to happen, like I said, we need to break above $17,200. So it goes hand in hand with what we're talking about, okay? After that, there is no resistance until 17,500-ish, $17,600. Like, there's literally not much holding us until that level. And after that, we'll get back to it and we'll talk about it as well. Okay? So that's a Bitcoin. I think we went in deep on it, so it's all good. Now let's get, well, hold on. Let's have a look at the hourly as well. It never hurts to zoom in and see what's going on in general. And you know, the more you zoom in, sometimes, well, sometimes you zoom out, you need to zoom out, the more info you get. So let's see what's going on with the hourly as well. Okay, like, okay, so I do not like this. We need, on the hourly, we need a close above 17,168. An hourly candle close above this one, we're good. On the 4 hourly, we need a candle close above $17,200. Okay. I do not like this price action, but at the same time, I'm thinking it's kind of fine. It's kind of fine as long as we can hold at least. I'm being a bit more conservative. We can hold at least, you know, $16,900, $17,000. Like we come back down, we hold around these levels, fine, okay? Like what I don't want to see is this level break on a 4 hourly, well, daily, especially daily, okay? But also 4 hour, because that would be a bit worrisome. Because we're starting to smell the bottom now. We don't want it to you know, go around and destroy that feeling, you know. But it could happen. It could happen. We just follow the market on daily basis and see what's going on, and you go according to that. Okay, let's have a look at Ethereum as well. Okay, this I love. This I love to see. Since I've been a bit under the weather, I haven't had a look at Ethereum today at all. Okay, so this is the first time I'm looking at it with you guys. I've had a look at Bitcoin and the others, yes, but Ethereum I kind of missed. I was a bit tired, so it was a while ago. So this is what's going on with Ethereum. We are back within that channel. We are back within that channel. Okay, let's have a look at the monthly close. Remove all the noise. Look, the monthly close just closed an hour ago, something like that. Let's give it at least 24 hours or so, okay? At least before we start getting into it that hard, because if we look at it the way we're looking at it right now, it's nothing that is looking nice, okay? So let's give it 24 hours, 48 hours, just to see what happens. And that goes hand in hand with the weekly close, which is soon. It's in 4 days, but it's pretty soon. So let's just give it some time and see what happens with the weekly and everything else, and we'll see what goes on. So the monthly, we saw prior monthly close, it's kind of bearish, okay? Kind of holding this short-term moving average. Let's have a look at I'm looking at my other screen to see if I see anything special when it comes to the moving averages as well. Well, right now, as I speak, looks like the midterm is kind of holding the price as support. Like the price is on its back, you know, it's on the back of the midterm moving average. So it's trying to hold it as support. Okay, so that much I can say. Fine. On the daily, like I need to clean the chart because it might be confusing for you guys, but on the daily, MACD is looking bullish, positive momentum. Okay, nice. Our size above neutral at last, good. We touched support also. Like every time support holds, you might see some push to the upside, okay? And that's what's been happening with Bitcoin and Ethereum and so on and so forth. And every time we see rejection, signals at resistance, well, we come back down. So what happened? We held support. We had a nice bullish engulfing candle before yesterday. Same thing prior, daily candle yesterday as well. And right now, guess what, guys? You know this critical level I've been speaking about? That would be around 1,290-ish dollars, something like that. We are above it at last. At last, we are above it, okay? Doesn't mean like, okay, all good, like straight to the moon right now, but we are above it and we can actually, there's more, like the risk is more to the upside right now, okay, that we might see a bit more push. Looking at Bitcoin, if Bitcoin goes up as well, could pull some other altcoins with it and so on. So very possible. I like what I'm seeing right now. Moving averages kind of looking up still, to the bearish, benefiting the bears, even the ones that people usually use, okay? This is the thing when it comes to Ethereum, just like Bitcoin, even though it's looking good on the daily and so on, we need a 4-hourly close, okay? 4-hourly close above at least $1,340, and I'm being conservative, okay? $1,335 to $1,340. If we can do that, not much holding us until maybe next one would be around 1,370-ish to 1,380. Very possible all the way to $1,400, okay? $1,411. So we need this 4-hourly close that will go hand in hand with what we're seeing on the daily action for us to see a bit more push. It might sound confusing, but that's what gotta happen for us to see a bit more push. Okay, simple as that. We got some new, when it comes to support now, we got some new support around 1,160-ish dollars. Okay, all the way to 1,240 still. Like, if we break above that level, see eventually back at the bottom of this channel again. But that's the new support that I see on the 4-hourly, chart for now at least. When it comes to the histogram and so on and so forth, let's see now. Okay, we got some like bearish divergence going on, like developing on one of the oscillators, even though histogram is looking pretty much, bullish, and MACD is bullish. RSI is, if anything, it's kind of going back down a little bit now, but was closer-ish to, overbought territories, but not really there. We need to hold above this level, okay? We need to hold above this level at least, like first. If we don't see eventually 1,200-ish, like 65 or something, 1,240, but yeah, like I said, it goes hand in hand with the daily chart that we saw, the daily action that we saw. If we can also have a 4-hourly close above 1,340-ish, that would be, above this moving average, somewhere around these levels. And I'm being conservative, 1,340-ish, that would be better for Ethereum, okay? So far, that's what I'm looking at when it comes to levels that we can see it come back and retest if it breaks below this level. But mainly the most important thing is for it not to break below these levels again, 1,220-ish to 1,000. Really, like this level is important because that would mean we're breaking out of the parallel channel again. And if that happens, the last time that happened, we came much lower. We went a bit lower. Well, Ethereum went a bit lower. Last time it happened, also, again it happened, and if it happens now again, history repeats itself sometimes, so keep that in mind. Um, when it comes to the hourly, fine, like we are above this level, but like I said, we got this new support now around 1260-ish, 1265-ish. We'll see if it holds, but if this breaks, don't be surprised if we go a bit lower, okay? Because hourly looks like bears are, a bit tired, you know? Well, not bears, I mean bulls are a bit tired. Bulls are a bit tired, so bears could smash it a little bit. But as long as support holds, we're fine. We're fine. Next major resistance is gonna be around 1,300 and these levels right here, 65 to 80-ish. And we break above $1,380 even on an hourly. Like eventually, we're gonna see Ethereum around 1,410, 11. These levels. Not much holding us until then. Okay. So that's Ethereum. On top of that, there is already a hint of bad divergence, developing when it comes to both the oscillators. So keep that in mind. That and the Eastern indicators telling us, bulls are a bit tired. That's why we can see a bit of a pullback right now. But if we hold support, it's fine. What is not fine is if we get below this channel, let's just say $1,220, okay, around these levels again, that's gonna be a different story. So yeah, we got bad divergence developing on both the 4-hourly and the hourly, so keep that in mind, guys. Be a bit cautious. So that's Ethereum. Now time for another sip of my tea. Hold on. Okay. What happened with Dodge? Oh, we're still below this dotted line. Like everything was looking cool. I can't say it's still, not looking cool. It's pretty much, still looking cool. But I also did say like we need to break above this level to this level. 0.0108-ish to 0.111 levels. Like the fact that we're still below this one does not give me a good, vibe when it comes to Dogecoin right now. Okay, important thing is still we are above this, 17th of August, 16th of August, key level that we broke above. That's a good thing because you look how many times we got resisted, like rejected there. Like this is a good while, okay? So we are above it, good, but we're still below another critical level, okay? Hence, we still haven't seen this level right here. So sometimes it's not just straight up to the levels because some key levels act as resistance or some key levels act as support. So if people are shorting, they might not see all levels get hit because one support might be a bit stronger than the other one and so on, and one resistance might be stronger than the other one and so on. Let me have a look at the fib. You see, even when it comes to the fib, like it's not even right by this dashed red dotted dashed area that I have drawn. It's all the way up here. So I can imagine people thought it's going straight to 0.13 and so on, but see, like sometimes you gotta do TA without the fib as well, just to see what's going on, and then you can add the fib just to have a general picture of what's going on, not going on, and so on. So yeah, until we break out of this level, Dodge, at least 0.11110 levels, it's gonna be a bit difficult to see the next areas, okay? So that's Dodge. You see, there's no hint of bearish divergence or anything like that. Like histogram still positive momentum, still showing strength. MACD still bullish. Let's have a look at the monthly. Oh, it would have been so much better for Dogecoin if we had a monthly close at least above this level. Like at least above this level. But right now, by the looks of it, looks like it opened just well, it closed below it, but it also opened even just below it. So I don't know. Excuse me, guys. I have to sneeze. Hold on. Okay, guys. Just a minute. I'm just gonna bring one more cup of tea because I feel like I can't breathe through my nose. So just hold on, guys. Thank you, Ralph. Thank you. I'll keep the Bitcoin chart up for you guys, and we'll come back to Dogecoin when I get my cup. Okay, hold on. 10-minute chart as usual. Thank you, Marco. Thank you. Like, look at this community, understanding and kind and sweet and so on. Like, I'm lucky. I'm very lucky. Okay, I'll be back in 2. Okay, dear people, I'm back. Glad you feel that way, Ralph. That makes me happy. It took a while because I was slicing up lemon. I do not like having lemon in my tea or so, but because I'm feeling a bit under the weather, not a bad idea. Okay, so quick Bitcoin kind of, yeah, like we discussed. And by the way, guys, I want you guys to have this in mind. Just because I say I'm smelling the bottom could be in soon, okay? It doesn't mean it's in yet. I'm just saying, like, by the way things are looking, we might like. I'm not, um, I'm not ruling out the leg down yet, okay? But I'm saying soon. But then again, when we are, if we get to these levels, when we are around these levels, okay, if and when, and I see weakness, I don't see anything implying reversals, okay, that smell of the bottom might go away. That's what, being a trader is. You go according to what you see in the market. So you are careful. You have to watch it, on daily basis. Unless you're just, a hodler, for example, then all you need to do is dollar cost average and not really, give 2 cents about if it goes, further down or not, because your your game then is just holding for maybe minimum 6 7 years minimum, but as a trader, and we're talking hypothetically right now, as a trader, you have to go by daily basis and see what's going on, like see if there's anything implying reversal or so, so that's why I say I'm kind of smelling the bottom. I'm smelling it, but I'm not there yet, but it's not it's not looking that horrible. We need just to see, some type of hard 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 indication, like strong indication, not hard, but strong indication that will imply that the bottom is in, then it's all good. Then it's all good. Like, we're not gonna be waiting, until it what breaks for 6,000 and 50,000 and so on, to say, because I know some people would wait. They would rather wait just to be on the safe side. That's their trading style. So they'd rather wait for until maybe for 6,000, to break, or at least 37, something like that, to break. And then they are sure that, okay, the bottom is in, but then it's a bit too late. Well, it's not late, but it is. Okay, for me, for example, it is a bit too late, because I'd rather, get in at the lowest instead of, waiting for this level to break for me to be convinced. Hence, we look at the chart on daily basis just to see what's going on. Because you can't be stubborn as a trader. If you are, for example, if I say that, okay, I'm gonna wait for the bottom coming in, like I'm gonna wait for, let's say, 11,000, okay, because that's another key level, right? But there are things already indicating somewhere around these levels. Let me remove everything from the chart. But we see, we might see, some things indicating some sort of reversal around these levels on the higher time frames. And if I still am stubborn by then and go like, no, I'm gonna wait, then I'm gonna probably miss, the train. I'm gonna miss the train. So you gotta be flexible. You can't be stubborn and, be stuck to one type of opinion or one type of analysis that you make. And you gotta respect the TA. You literally have to respect the TA and not be stubborn. Like, do not be attached to what you want for the market to happen. Just follow the TA instead, and it will play out better. that way. Okay, so we were looking at Dogecoin, right? So back to it. Because, trading is also about psychology. It's not just, being able to read TA. Like, you got psychology, you got the part about psychology, you got the part about risk management. So it's not just about reading, TA, because if you only know TA and you're not psychologically strong, for example, that can backfire on you. Or let's say you're good with the psychology part and you're good with the TA part, but then you have no risk management whatsoever, that can also backfire on you. So that's why, like, there are different parts to TA, different parts, and all parts should be covered for your own, like, benefit, okay? So that it would benefit you the most. So Dogecoin, like I said, I know crypto Twitter are waiting for this, golden pocket area where I showed you guys on the fib, but that's not all. Like, there are other things telling us that this is another key level as well. So you gotta be careful, okay? Ralph, I really like the way you explain the information just fall down your brain. I'm glad it does. I'm glad it does. I try to simplify it for you guys because I remember when starting, well, since most of the good information out there that I ended up, taking classes in and so on and so forth, everything was pretty new to me, everything was new to me, and I was like, wow, like how are people, let's say English is not your first language, okay? English is not my first language, for example. Let's say English is not your first language, and on top of that, when it comes to the market, there are so many new words, like so many new words that sometimes it might confuse people. So it's I try to simplify it so it's not that confusing, for you guys, because I've been there and it's taken me a lot of time and energy to, go through dictionaries and search for words and so on and so forth. So I try to simplify it here on the streams, so it's easier for you guys to melt it down and for it to get stuck in your brain, hopefully. Stacks, please. Yes, we can have a look at stacks. No worries. So, the levels that I'm looking at, we already spoke about, resistance areas or profit taking levels when it comes to Dodge. Now, the levels when it comes to support for Dodge is like if we break anywhere below this, zoom in to the 4-hourly, then I do this. See if it's straight. 6. Okay, so if we break, let me just okay, so if we break anywhere below this level right here, okay, 0.09942 areas, that would be, breaking below the long-term moving average as well on the 4-hourly. Then next support level would be around these levels, that is around 0.094-ish to 0.09-ish levels, and like fine, there is probability chance that we can wick down to 0.086 levels, okay? There's probability if we are close to this level, that is. But if this level breaks and it's not just a wick down and then we pull back up above this line, The next support is, the support that we saw last time. That would be around 0.082 to 0.078 levels, okay? So since things are developing, it's good that we can, count out, well, not count out, but count in new support levels and so on. So this one would be the major still. If we break this one, and it's not just a wick down, eventually around these levels, okay? But right now, I'm leaning more towards we could see this area as support if only Bitcoin doesn't start, tanking. Because if that happens, it's another situation, okay? Because we do have bearish divergences going on Dodge. Not on the daily much, but on the 4 hourly, it's definitely there. So you gotta keep that in mind, okay? On top of the fact that we are being rejected at critical areas as well, fine. So all that, added up, that's why I wouldn't be surprised if we pull back. Question is if we are gonna see something indicating, a reversal around these levels and we don't just, roll over and go lower, okay? Thank you, Ralph. Thank you. Okay, so stacks next. Stacks next. It's been a while I had a look at stacks, so might need to do some live TA straight out here. By the way, guys, FYI, this is a descending wedge, just like the one that we saw on Litecoin, right? But this this one clearly failed. As you guys can see, it clearly failed. So you see, this is what happens sometimes. Like, it's not always respected. On top of it, failing, there are other reasons why. We kind of pulled back above critical level, but then this turned out to be a shooting star. So it kind of ruined everything, okay? And bearish engulfing candle, and then being resisted at these levels and so on. Anyways, it failed. Instead of breaking to the upside, it broke out a little bit, but then there was really no follow through. So that's the failed one. What's tax? It's not looking good, Ralph. We already have, some type of bad divergence developing, okay? Even though histogram is positive, MACD is looking bullish, RSI is above neutral, like it's literally on the neutral side right now, but it's not looking that healthy, okay? There are resistance levels, let me just draw them. We got, first resistance levels around these levels, fine. Next one would be around 0.31 to 0.033 and so on, even 0.35, okay? So there you go. We do something like this. Okay, so we have resistance here, then we have resistance around these levels. Look to the on your right, the prices in gray, 0.31-ish to 0.33-ish, and major one around 0.355. Like, not looking good because, like, I don't like the way, like, of the wicks. Like, I don't like the fact that it's been pushed down, even though there's volume. Like, it really doesn't matter because look at the damn wick. It's kind of ruining everything else. On the weekly though, let me have a look at the other moving averages as well. See stacks. Okay, so price action is above the short-term moving average, and short-term moving average is above the midterm, which is good, but in general, moving averages are kind of looking bearish, if anything. Okay, monthly, yeah, I don't like the looks of it yet. Like, I think it might be good to give it a few more weeks, see what happens. Maybe 3 to 4 weeks. Let's just say that this month and see what goes on. But I'm not a fan. I know a lot of people like these types of candles because it's an inverted hammer, but you guys know what I think about inverted hammers. Yes, sometimes they get, respected sometimes, but like many times they also do not get respected, like what I've seen with my own eyes. So I don't put a lot of weight into it. So I'd give it a few more weeks. To see what's going on. Because right now it's not looking. There is support around 0.138 on the weekly level. Okay, that would be from these areas. Fine. But daily, so there was volume, but it's nothing that excites me. Okay. Like we got resistance here. Just keep in mind we have resistance at this level, and if we break a daily level around these levels, just do this. Not much holding us until, what I told you, around 0.38ish. These levels, okay? So we'll see what happens. We need a push, we need a drive, we need volume, we need, action on the Eastern indicators as well, not just, volume and then a horrible wick. That doesn't add up. Even though MACD is looking bullish, histogram looking nice, there is a hint of bearish divergence developing. So keep that in mind. That's all I can say for stacks. Nothing to add there. Hope it answered your question. Let's have a look at Solana. Still below critical levels, pretty much. Perfect graph, great. You're welcome. So still, no worries, Raf, you're welcome. So still below critical levels when it comes to Solana. Like a lot of people are worried when it comes to Solana if it's gonna, survive. And when I say survive, if it's gonna make it into the bull market and actually, come back to levels of, we are far away from it, but come back to levels of at least 136, $80, $136, and so on and so forth. But we are so far away from these levels, and look guys, even if we get to, even if we break 14.8, even if we have another resistance around 20, and then after that we have another resistance around, let's say, 29 to $32. Like, this is no joke. This is not a joke. Like, Solana is not looking that strong. You know how some altcoins have been doing like 50% up, 60% up, and 80% up, even 100 and something percent up. Solana hasn't done anything. Like, Sol is just kind of stuck right now. It's not doing much, okay? And we spoke about this level, 14.9, $15 is a major level it needs to break above, so that we can at least see $20, $21, and so on. Because if we see that, okay, we can start, talking about other levels and so on. But until then, I don't have any good news when it comes to Solana, unfortunately. I know some people are probably not gonna like what I hear, but trust me, not what I wanna come here and tell you, but it's what the TA is telling us, so just gotta respect it, I'm looking for the moving averages on my other screen. Hold on. Okay, so price action just right now as I'm speaking. First of all, prior daily closed above the short-term moving average, which has been acting as resistance for, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, for 4 days, before that. But I'm not feeling this. Look at the monthly. Our monthly closed with a horrible bearish engulfing candle. Okay, so this does not tell me that the low is in yet for Solana. Okay, look at the sell pressure that came in last month as well. Like, I'm not liking this for the pulse. This does not look good. I mean, when we're talking about we can see, $5, it's very possible. Like, the risk is more to the downside when it comes to Solana, unless I see some other type of development. I cannot change that fact. Okay, like, imagine it's been one of those, like, strong, it was one of the strongest, markets out there in the crypto space. At its highest, it was at $250. $250. And right now it's ranging around $13. And we could see $5. Like, this is bad news for people who are probably holding it since high levels. This was supposed to be the Ethereum killer, guys. Solana. Everybody was talking, like, it was so overhyped. It was overhyped. Everybody was saying it's the new Ethereum killer and whatnot and so on. But look how it's acting. Show me the chart and I'll tell you the news. This is not what you want to see. So that's Solana. Okay, there's a lot of resistance ahead of us. Even if we break above $15 on a daily level, Eastern indicators not looking so cool. Like, we already have a hint of bearish divergence developing on one of the oscillators, even though, yeah, MACD is looking bullish, histogram positive, strong, and we got some nice, divergence on the RSI as well. But for now, looks like divergence played out. Like, it played out from $11 to $15, and then it went on a break. So that's Solana for anybody interested in Solana. Full disclosure, I don't own any Solana, I don't trade any Solana, and so on and so forth, because I got that question from one of the viewers one day, and I was like, well, I don't want to speak about what I have, what I don't have, and so on, because if I trade it or not is irrelevant, because all I do is come out here and give you my unbiased opinion. Well, not even opinion, unbiased reading of the TA. But for those interested, it's not because, and I do not say this often, it's not because I own it or trade it or whatsoever. Like, it's unbiased opinions. That's why I can come out here and talk about any, market, because I'm not trying to pump my own bag, or, is enough with these kind of actors in the space. So I'm trying to take a different route here. So Because sometimes I think it's horrible when I hear about some people in the space dumping on their viewers or dumping on their members or using them as exit liquidity and so on. It's horrible. Like, I wouldn't be able to sleep at night, literally. And you know this, Ralph, you know me personally. So um, I can't. Like, I don't understand how people can sleep after that. Let's have a look at the Litecoin. Litecoin. Can you guys imagine that Litecoin, once upon a time, it used to be one of the top three ranked coins on CoinMarketCap. This is not a joke. One of the top three. Today it's number 13. It's not even top 10. Not even top 10. But then again, we can't compare it to all those, you know, scam coins, scam projects out there. We really can't, because the guy behind Litecoin, that's his name. It's been a while. Hold on. He's been pretty transparent actually. Like, Charlie Lee, right? Charlie Lee. How can I forget that name? Charlie Lee, okay? He's the CEO of Litecoin. I remember this was many years ago. I remember him coming out and telling people that this is transparency to the fullest, okay? He told people that he was gonna sell his bags, and so on and so forth, and he did. And he actually told people, this is what I'm gonna do, even though it's his own project and so on and so forth. He told people he was gonna sell and so on, and he told people, well, you know, we might not see, you know, the highs that we saw and so on. I think it was, if I'm not mistaken, correct me if I am, excuse me, correct me if I am, but if I'm not mistaken, this was back in, hold on, when it was around $400, something like that, if I'm not mistaken. So he was pretty open about it, pretty, you know, transparent about it, and that's a good thing. Like, that's what I love. And I think he shifted. I don't know if he's still working with Litecoin. Let's see now. No, this was in 2017. It's good to double check even what I'm saying. It wasn't in 2021, guys. It was in 2017 that he came out and said he would sell all his holdings. In 2017, like, this was, I don't know if Binance had it here then. 17, yeah, around 272, somewhere around these levels. It would have been around this 11. Well, no, this is 18. Hold on. Okay, yeah, CST. Let's go to the old school exchanges. Old. I'm sure Kraken was there then. Why am I only seeing the futures? Where's the spot? This as well. No, this one either. Okay. Where's Polonix? There you go. So 2017, 2017 December. Okay, so he must have sold somewhere around these levels. I don't know where, but somewhere around these levels. And he said he was leaving everything, well, leaving all his holdings, you know, out to sell. So, look, he said that, I'm reading this from CNBC. So this is what Charlie Lee said, and I quote, Some people even think I short LTC, he said. So, in a sense, it is conflict of interest for me to hold LTC and tweet about it because I have so much influence. Like, this is what I love. Like, the space went from having those, type of peoples, those type of CEOs to SBF and Kwan and the rest of the gang. Oh, by the way, there's a new interview out with SBF. It's crazy that he's still out there, not in jail, doing interviews. And I think I read that he came out and said that FTX is still solvent and it still could be saved. Do not ask me how, do not ask me why, I do not know. I was shocked to read that. I was like, wow, wow. He's either trying to still milk out money, from people like Kevin O'Leary to fire it up again, or I don't know, there's something up because this is strange to me. Anyways, Litecoin, let's get back to TA. We are still below that level of around $80, right? We still haven't, broken out above it. If we do, the levels I spoke about next is to come next. That would be around 94-ish to $106 even, okay? Monthly close. Well, I love the fact that this prior monthly close, prior monthly candle closed above this descending wedge. Nice, awesome. Volume came in past month, good. MACD is still looking, bearish. We are losing, the negative strength. Of course, it could flip, but we are losing negative strength on the histogram, so that's fine also. There is really no bullish divergence whatsoever on the monthly when it comes to Litecoin. There was one on the weekly though that is being respected. It is playing out, okay? So daily. Support and resistance levels is still pretty much the same as I, discussed last time. So nothing to add there. We need to break above $80 or so on the daily or even 4-hourly candle for us to see, if you want to be a bit more conservative, then let's say $85, okay, on a 4-hourly note, and we'll see it, go a bit higher, push a bit higher. Let me have a look. Moving averages on the daily here are looking fine. Let me have a look at the other screen as well. Hold on. Yeah, daily moving averages are looking fine, guys. Like, it's looking good still. 4-hourly is another discussion. Here it's looking good, right? And looking at my other screens, the short term kind of got below the midterm on the, well, yesterday. This happened yesterday, but right now it's trying to, like, as I speak, it's trying to curl back above the midterm, okay? But the midterm is definitely acting as some type of support. So price action goes down and touches it, and then it pulls back up a little bit, okay? Something like this. So still looking fine there. Major thing is now, as there's some type of new development that I see on the Eastern indicators, okay? If we get below, this is, well, not really new. If we get below anywhere below the top of this box, that would be 75, well, $75.8, okay? Next support would be, so this is first support, the top of this box. Next support would be the bottom of this box, which is around $73.3. If we break that one, next support we can see is around these levels, okay? So anything around these levels is, it's pretty much fine. Like, it wouldn't worry me that much. I don't see any hint of bearish divergence whatsoever. So that's also cool. Well, okay. On the daily, it's another story. Hold on, guys. Gonna have a sip of my tea. Just a minute. So on the daily, it's another situation because there is a hint of um, bearish divergence for Ming. Okay, that is on one of the oscillators. Histogram looking fine. Uh, he's still bullish. We are losing positive strength, like positive momentum, a little bit, like it is losing strength, as you guys can see here. But otherwise, is pretty much the same since I discussed it last time. So nothing new to add there, really. Okay. Yeah, Ralph, they are trash, trash times 10. Trash, but still out there, like mocking people that lost money, in other words, because I really do not see them, you know, I don't think they sound like they regret it. I don't feel like they empathize with the people that have been affected because I don't hear it. Like, I don't hear it. Like Mago said sometimes, like, you have to be a psychopath in some level to be able to do half of the things they did, whether it be um, in part of, you know, big projects like Luna before it failed, FTX and so on. Like, at some level, they've lost a screw, you know, somewhere in their brains. So there's something, you know, up. And I don't like bashing people. It's not my, you know, type. I don't like doing that. But this, at the same time, I really do not care because I feel for the people who've been affected more than anything else. Like more than those people who've been using other people's funds to do whatever they like. The other day, I read something even more surprising. Look, especially SPF, it's clear that he's been playing with people's money. The other day, I read that he was like his employees, okay, the employees of FTX used to get $200 daily for food. This is for their food, okay? $200 per person. Like I've never ever in my life spent $200 on like on my own for myself alone within 24 hours just to eat. Imagine $200 daily to every employee. Like who does? The more I think about it, the more it just fires me up, and he's not worth my help, so it's okay. We'll move we'll move on. He did look like a fat cat, so can you imagine his crew? Mago, yeah, yeah, I can imagine. Like, yeah, he wasn't the type who looked fit or anything like that. Like, he had some weight into him, but you know, it's fine. It's fine. You can have some weight into you, but um, please don't eat using other people's money while now some people are starving literally because of you. I mean, come on. And his crew. I mean, I'm thinking, let's say I worked for a company and they gave out $200 to us employees, okay, on a daily basis for food and so on. I definitely go have a chat with my employer and, you know, tell him that okay, I don't need all this money. If anything, maybe I take it in cash, and I'd rather like do something good with it. I'd rather maybe help somebody else in need with the rest of the money or something like that because you don't need $200 to spend on food on a daily basis on and for yourself. It's another thing if you're gonna be eating it with your friends and family and people you love or even other people, fine. But alone, per head, per person, what are you eating? Gold coated like steak or something? Like what's up? $200? I don't even think people in Dubai, go and spend that much money like alone on themselves. $200. Come on. Like if you guys hear that interview, it's like it's sick. The interview was by this girl. I don't remember her name. Um, but I think it was like 20 minutes long, 23 minutes long. Just hold on. SPF interview. So you guys can just, go ahead and look at it. I'm just gonna try to find, see, see. Tiffany Fong. Okay, her name is Tiffany Fong, and the name of her YouTube channel is Tiffany Fong. So I think it's two parts. It's two parts, but only one part is out for now. Okay, so if you guys want, just go ahead and have a look at it. It's your like it's gonna make you mad. I'm just warning you. That's crazy. Some people don't go make that a day at work, right? Right? Right, Mako? Like, wow, wow, $100. And you know, I wouldn't have said anything if this money was his own hard-earned money. But now that everything has, come out to the surface, we know that that money wasn't even his to begin with. And that just makes it even worse. It's another thing if, let's say, you're actually a multi-billionaire, okay? Actually, and like you earned that money the hard way, and you wanna like take care of your employees. Okay, fine, fine, but this wasn't even his money to begin with. So I think it was just all, a front, just an act to make people believe he was this, I don't know, this kind person who cared about his community and so on and so forth. But it's not even him that cared about his community. Since the money was other people's money, it's the other people that put it into the community, wherever it went. So the employees should be thanking the people who got affected by this, if anything. It's good that I hold myself, from cursing and so on, because if I did it, like the words that would have come out to my like out of my mouth because of SBF. Dukan is not far away, not far away, but SBF just literally he took the trophy for this one. There was another exchange. This was a while back, okay? It was called BitGrail. Last time, I kind of forgot about it, so I couldn't remember what the name was, but I was gonna tell you guys about it. But BitGrail, I was unfortunately one of those people who got affected by it. This was a way back. I mean, I don't remember when, but let's see. You know, somewhere in the beginning of like 2018, something like that. Okay, this was an exchange, Italian exchange. Okay, um, the guy behind it, like I got affected bad, and because we all go through those things and we learn from our mistakes and so on and so forth. The guy behind it, his name was Francesco something, I don't know, Francesco something. Okay, um he like he did what SPF did. He did what Duquan and the rest did. Literally, he stole he stole funds. He shut the exchange down completely. Like there are lawsuits against him and so on and so forth. But guess what? Like the lawsuits can take many, many, many years, and in some cases we might never see, the money lost. But he took $170 million and uh, $170 million and went bye bye. And then he had the guts to go out on Twitter, to go out on different platforms, and just like I've seen Duquan do, just like I've seen other people do, like that have been bad actors. He was mocking people. He was like denying the fact that he had anything to do with it, and so on and so forth. But the more people dug into it, like now we have like those smart, intelligent people in the crypto space that can bring out information like in a few weeks. At that time, it took many months before you saw what was going on. Before everything came up to the surface. And when things came up to the surface, there was nobody else to blame but him. Literally nobody else to blame but him. He was trying to blame the people behind the nodes of the coin that was, hacked, and I quote hacked, okay? But they came out and said they had nothing to do with it. If that was the case, like that type of hack would have happened in many other exchanges and so on and so forth, People were trying to withdraw their funds, like even myself trying to withdraw and stuff, but nothing worked. Nothing worked. Like it was devastating, devastating. Like many things have happened since then that were unfortunate, but that was one of the first ones that I will never ever forget, because it hit bad. It hit bad, like. But then other things happen and they hit worse. But that was the first one, and the first, things. The first time, something hits you bad, it never really leaves your, memory. Like you grow from it and you advance from it. Fine, you learn better, like things and so on. But it's something that always stays in your memory, because it also makes you grow in many ways. So BitGrail, Francesco, if you ever see the stream, I just want to say, like I don't want to say, I don't want to curse, I don't want to curse on life, but may you eat dust, okay? Like I'm being kind now, I'm being very kind. So this space, there are good people that are transparent, like Charlie Lee, like Satoshi himself, the king and so on. But then there are many, 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 many bad people, many bad people. And when I talk about crypto with my friends, because they always, wonder about the money part and so on, but I always stop them and I go like, there's something, guys, like there's something you guys have to know. It's the risks. It's about security. It's all this. Like, do not think it's easy peasy, make money and go away. Ralph, I think Ralph remembers this. Like, I almost scare them, but my point is not to scare them. My point is to make them aware of what could happen. Yeah, yeah. May he eat dust and much more. So my point is to make, well, it's people I care about, even if it's people I don't know. I'm gonna be honest and let them know, like, it's not an easy thing. Like, except for the TA part and the risk management part and the psychology part and so on, which you can, actually control. There are things that you can't control in the crypto space, unfortunately. Unfortunately, like, look, let's say people are even very careful when not having a lot of funds in exchanges. Okay, let's say they are careful, but then they have a certain amount, and that amount disappears because there are bad actors and so on and so forth. That amount, whether it be $100, whether it be $1,000, whether it be whatever, is still money. It's still money gone. It doesn't make it, better just because it's not all your funds that disappeared. It's still money that you could, do better things with it. So it's not easy. Crypto is not easy. Like you need to be hard-headed, and you need to have a goal, because otherwise when things like this happen, maybe I would have, quit a long time ago, but you need to have a goal. Like, what's your goal in life? Like, what do you want to do? Is it to have more time with for yourself, to do things you love? Is it just to make more money? Because if it's only just to make more money, you can also, just work, work, work. But when you have a goal, for example, myself, I like to be there for other people I love, and so on and so forth. And I like to be financially independent and whatnot and so on. I'd like to have time to do things that I love and so on. And I think many of us can relate, especially when it comes to the time part, and you know, to be financially independent and at the same time, like financially free, not only, and at the same time, be there for people we love. Doesn't matter if it's your kids, doesn't matter if it's other family members, doesn't matter if it's charity wise. Like, I think many of us can relate to that. Like, there are some who just, do it for themselves, and that's also fine. But I know a lot of people that want, to do more because they want to give also more, and they want free time, especially to do things they love. So those goals are not little goals. Those goals are hardcore goals, and it takes a lot of time, a lot of hard work, a lot of, investing to get to it, and patience especially. It won't happen in a month. It won't happen, like, maybe you're lucky, it could happen in a month, maybe you're lucky, but most people, it doesn't happen just like that. Okay, so we can have a look. I've been ranting on. Excuse me, guys. Sorry, apologies. But sometimes it's necessary to speak about these things as well, because everything goes hand in hand with you know trading wise and so on and so forth. Yeah, well, I hope so. I hope so. I hope it will be a big community, but at the same time, I'm glad it's growing slowly. So you know, I get to give my attention to you guys, and spend this quality time as well, because I'm probably gonna get stressed out when it's a bit bigger, but hopefully I got you guys on my side, filtering out and helping out a little bit, because yeah, then it's gonna be a bit stressful for me. But the more you guys learn along the way, like I said, it's gonna be interesting to see you guys help other people in the Discord area as well, and so on. There are gonna be, when you guys are gonna be already members in Patreon, we are gonna see other members, come in eventually, hopefully, okay? And by then, I can't wait to see you guys, put your charts up, put your TA up, and discuss things with them. And maybe a noob comes in, and you guys tell them, well, you should draw it this way, you should think about this, and so on and so forth. Like, I can't wait. Like, one of the most beautiful things in life is to see people advance, to see people grow, like, in front of you, like to see it, witness it with your eyes, and knowing that you had an influence in it. It's, it's priceless, literally priceless. Okay, Ripple, friends, Ripple. So there is news about Ripple when it comes to the fundamental parts. There's some bad news. Um, Coinbase, I don't know how many of you use Coinbase, but it is one of those respected exchanges as well. So Coinbase has decided to delist XRP. Okay, just putting it out there for those of you who missed it. This happened sometime this week, I don't remember when, but they've decided to delist XRP, and I don't know why. It could be because of all this, everything that's happening with the SEC. It could be, but I'm not sure why really, so I can't chip in that. That's the news that's out there right now, so you guys are aware. And the funny thing is, when it comes to XRP, it's already delisted from Coinbase. Yeah, it's gone. But that was fast. You know, one of the major pumps that happened for Ripple was because Coinbase decided to list XRP. Okay, I remember it was, you know, all on CNBC, CNN, and I don't know what, this and that, like different, you know, news channels, and I was like, whoa. And people went all in, literally all in. I think it went all the way to, we can't see it here, but let me try to find another one. Need at least Kraken. We need this, we need to see it, like we could see it on an old school, you know. Not PDF. You know what? I have another idea. Instead of, you know, scrolling around here, take time, because I want to jump into the analysis part fast. Okay, here you go. These were the days, okay? This was the day when you saw pumps and I don't know what because of news and so on. So this happened way back in 2018. Yeah, it went all the way to $3. This was based on news. So everybody, like, it was overhyped when it comes to the mainstream media and so on and so forth. It went all the way to $3. Since then, I know there are people out there, I don't know why, but there are people out there that talk about $500 XRP. Like, I did not say 50. I said $500 XRP. Look what happened. We still haven't even broken above $3 yet. So it's kind of like, come on. Can we at least, you know, break $3 yet first before we speak about $5, $10, and so on? I'm not gonna say 500, but you guys know what I mean. When you get a chance, can you look at the lower time frames on Bitcoin? Looks like there's a major battle going on up and down. Love to see your analysis on that. Appreciate it. Of course, Mago. I can have a look at it. No worries. I'm gonna get done with XRP and straight into Bitcoin. If there's action, I want to see it too. So definitely. So when it comes to XRP, wait, what is this? There you go. Okay. So we are being rejected by the long-term, you know, moving average right here. Short-term moving average has been holding as, you know, support. Kind of looking half, you know, bullish on the moving averages, but this one needs to get above the long term as well, and also this one above the long term. Like I told you, the order it has to respect, so we can say it's looking better for the bulls. Histogram is, you know, positive. There is, well, MACD is still bullish, but it's like it wants to curl down, so I have to get a bit cautious, I guess. There is, well, there is no hint of bearish divergence, but looking at the Eastern indicators, guys, I do not like this look. So I think we might see, you know, some more downside before anything else when it comes to XRP. On the daily, we're still being rejected around these levels. Okay, fine. We respected this resistance level. We touched it, but right now, unless we see a close on a daily or even 4-hourly level above 0.41-ish levels, 0.147-ish levels, that would be the bottom of this box. It's gonna be difficult to see other levels. Okay. Otherwise, if we break 0.42 levels, see eventually around these levels, which would be, you know, old support, which is gonna act as new resistance. Looking at the lower time frame when it comes to the 4-hourly chart, things are not looking that nice. We only have an hour and 38 minutes left, and this one could close as a bearish engulfing candle. Fine, keep that in mind. If that happens and we lose this support right here, not much holding us until 0.37-ish, so on, okay? So we'll see what happens. Quick look at the monthly, since monthly close happened today. Yeah, I do not see anything implying that bulls are in control or anything like that yet. So let's give it time. You know, the levels to the upside, what we need to break, and you know what we can come and retest if we break below this level right here, 0.3966 and so on. 0.392 to be a bit more conservative. Okay, I just, you know, draw this out. That's the bottom of the box. Okay, so that's XRP. So now over to Bitcoin. Okay, Mago, lower time frames. Are we talking 15 minutes, 10 minutes? Ooh, there is a lot of things going on here. I see what you mean by bulls, you know, try to do their best. There's coming in easily and killing it again. It goes hand in hand with me telling you guys we need a 4-hourly close as well above $17,200. Otherwise, you know. Okay, so this is what I see. So since we're speaking 10-minute chart right now, okay, if we break below this, let's just say somewhere else, okay. Well, actually, all the way here. So if we break below this blue line that you see here, we close any 10-minute, you know, candle below it. Try to see 3 to 5. Oh, 3 to 5 minutes. Look, I just switched from the 10-minute chart to the 3-minute chart. You see that there's something that's aligning. Okay. Okay, let's go ahead. So if we close even any 3-minute, you know, candle below this blue line right here, okay, we might come and retest 1770 at lowest, 1733 at lowest. That's where we have support. But right now, do you see how this blue line is kind of, it got respected here, respected here, respected here, respected here as well. But I do not like how the Eastern indicators are looking. Wait, right now on the 3 chart. Let's look at averages. Like, it's below the, on the 3-minute chart, it's below all the moving averages as well on my other screen. And when it comes to histogram, see, MACD was bullish, but looks like it's being bearish right now. On top of that, we do have a hint of bearish divergence. So if you ask me, I think if this support doesn't hold, like if this candle closes not implying any reversal, like chances are higher that we might see it break. It's been holding, but I do not like this action right here. Okay, and I know it's 3 minutes, but let's see. This support holds. If not, let's see. But otherwise, there's a lot of things hinting like negative momentum just started on this 3 minute chart as well. So we do have some nice divergence going on right around support. Let's see how this closes, but risk is a bit to the downside unless we can get above 17,122 at least on the 3 minute chart. Okay, and then we have resistance around these levels. Okay, 17,144 areas, because this is short term. And if you wonder why, well, last support levels, new resistance areas, as you can see, got rejected there as well. So we'll see what happens. We can watch it live and see what's going on. It's interesting, when it comes to learning, sometimes because Bitcoin can be a bit slow when it comes to the higher time frames, it's okay to keep an eye on the 5 minute chart, 15-minute chart, and so on, where there's a bit more action. So, you can test those hypothetical trades and so on, you see? Awesome, awesome. That makes me glad you feel that way. Yeah, because all of us have different styles. You're also gonna be developing your style, but it's good to see what's gonna happen. Okay, I have something new. So 3 minute candle just closed. This is indecision, as you guys can see, small body wick. We got a doji right here, but we have resistance around this level, 17,122 levels. Okay, so like unless we get above it, we won't be seeing this level that I spoke about, 17,144 areas. Okay, 17,145 even, just to be a bit more conservative. But I like the doji right here. I definitely like the doji. The support is kind of being respected so far, and the doji might be implying we might see it try to push, but yeah, MACD is still bearish, guys. MACD is still bearish. What I like is support is holding still, and now we got a doji of the prior 3 minute candle, so that's fine. But until we get above this one, I wouldn't imagine that we will see this level right here. Simple. You see, so now people watching this 3 minute chart, they were literally watching this doji, so they went in a little bit, you see, but then there's not enough gain, but we'll see. Support is still holding. Support is still holding. We can't play. Support is serious. Look, got rejected at these levels, and here it's holding. So if I'd play it, good night, Ralph. Thank you for joining. I hope you enjoyed it. Have a good night's sleep and have a nice day tomorrow. Right? Interesting. Thank you yourself for joining, Ralph. Always, glad to see you here. Good night. So if I'd play it out, thank you. If I'd play it out, I'd, hold on and wait at least if you want to be a bit early for it, best community. Thank you, Ralph. Thank you. For it, to at least, close above. If you don't want to wait to 17,122, then at least close above with a candle, of course, 17,118. And since this is, short time frames, all those $1, $2, $3, apart, even though it might sound a bit ridiculous, it's actually, important, okay? Okay, I like another doji after a downtrend. I like this so far. I like the action. Support holding, so we still need to get above the level that I told you. If we do, see eventually around these levels. This is the 3-minute chart. We might get rejected here unless we see something implying it's gonna be rising a bit higher. Then what we spoke about stop losses. Then I raise my stop loss. Okay, so that's how we play it now. We got negative momentum getting a bit weaker on the momentum, but MACD is still bearish. Keep that in mind. There might be people like playing this, trading this on the 1-minute chart as well. As we see this push around 122, 118, see, around these levels. Push back down, I mean, okay. So you see, it's like it's a fight. It's a fight going on right now. But once it gets above this level, we see it like a 3-minute close, since we're looking at the 3-minute chart. Then it's a different story. But until then, just ranging between this level right here. You can have a look at the 1-minute chart just to see what's going on. Yeah, you see, you go in a bit deeper and you see it's not looking that good anymore. You're watching the 1-minute chart. Because if you did, it's good. That's exactly what you should be doing. Like, it's good to dig in a bit deeper and see what's going on. We're watching the 3-minute chart, then fine. Let's see what's going on with the 1-minute chart as well. Well, look what happened, Mago. Look what happened. We closed right below the support, right? Critical level. This candle opened right below this support line right here. Guess what happened then? The 1, 2, and 3 plus 15. Yeah, it's good to like look at the different shorter time frames. Since you're looking at 3 minutes, it's good to have a look at the 1 minute as well. I don't know if a lot of traders play the 2 minute as well, but I know 15, 5, 3, and 1. A lot of pros go according to these. Like, many people have different styles, but I know of some that use just these. There are some people who even use 30 seconds. Like, for me, that's a bit too much. Like, lowest I can have a look at is the 1-minute chart. Otherwise, it's too much going on. But did you see what happened when we broke support? Now let's head back to the 3-minute. And we could see on the 1-minute immediately, the minute I saw this one, and I was like, okay, now it's it's not looking good. Like, but look what happened with the 3-minute chart as well. Look, try to get above it, reject it. Like, if this one is also like, if we can't make it above this line, again, it's gonna be another rejection at support. So now support is acting as resistance, and voila. It's crazy TA, right? It's fun. It's actually fun, you know. It's yeah, it's not easy, but it's fun. Well, we got rejected again. So support turned into resistance, and that was that. So you see, if you had any stop loss, you know, ready here, now you don't have to be affected. Now you're actually, you know, safe. You haven't lost a lot, and you can play the other way around. Sell pressure is going on at the same time, and this is the 3-minute chart. Okay. Okay, hammer, the 3-minute chart, but we need to get above support. The way I was doing the T8 was showing that was going down, but I wasn't sure. Okay, now feel more confident in yourself. Feel more confident in yourself. Like if you do TA, since we're talking of hypothetical, it's fine. But now that you were, you know, on the right path, this gives you more confidence. Simple. That's awesome. Okay, you see, so we got a hammer. Traders, you know, try to play it. There was a hammer and so on. But the important thing is still, can we close above the support, you know, for it, you know, to get a bit more push. On the 1-minute chart, it kind of did, but there was no follow through, so doesn't mean much. But I like the hammer here. That's why it shot up a little bit. And now we got, on the 3-minute chart at least, got some new resistance around 17,112 to 17,000 and, well, to be a bit more conservative, 17,116, okay? Were you looking at the Eastern indicators when you're doing TA on it, or was it trend lines? What brought you to that conclusion that it was gonna go down? Or was it the oscillators, something on the oscillators, or everything combined maybe? There you go. There you go. There you go. Now we're playing, you know, the same TA if you're looking at that. Because you see, that's pretty much, I'm looking at the oscillators as well and so on, but pretty much there's a lot we can read looking at Eastern indicators. And trend lines. Do not forget that. Trend lines are very, very helpful. Like, if we didn't have the support line at these levels, we wouldn't have known what should be respected, what should hold, what should not hold, and so on. So this trend lines, it plays major roles, major roles. I know it's just a line, but if you know where to draw it, it's a big thing. That, so I was using that combined with the Eastern indicators. It does a lot of magic. Well, not magic, but it helps out a lot. Let's have a look at, like, I do not like Look, there was no follow through. We still can't really, close above this one as follow through. I don't know, like, I'm not a fan. I'm really not a fan of those inverted hammers. Like, they do play out sometimes, but I'm not the biggest fan when it comes to them. But they imply bullishness. That's what they imply. They imply reversals. That's what they imply, okay? Like, if a market is in a downtrend and you see an inverted hammer, then it implies a reversal of some sort. But I've seen many times how it doesn't actually get respected. So I was like, okay, well then it's maybe not one of the strongest Eastern indicators, even though it does get respected sometimes. So it doesn't mean you should, completely just rule it out, but keep that in mind. Since watching you, yeah, I've been definitely adding trend lines. Definitely. Awesome, awesome. And I hope you've noticed that it helps as well. Look, okay, now, okay, we're above it again. Let's see if we can get some follow through. No. Got 50 more seconds to go. So yeah, trend lines do help out a lot. It's no joke. Like, and the ones in the trend lines video, it's only basic stuff that I'm talking about, but in the Patreon, we are gonna go through advanced trend lines as well. And that's gonna make some major difference. I do not, talk about the advanced, a lot here on the streams, but that will be like special for the members and so on. But trend lines, whether it be basic or advanced, it's important. It's important to have some education on it. Yeah. Now, if we look at the 4-hourly, just to see what's going on. Okay, guys, look. Okay, guys, if this 4-hourly candle closes anywhere around where it is right now, like below this, blue line, anywhere around 17,000-ish even, that's not a good look. That's not a good look. Like, we could see that the bulls kind of are a bit tired. Back to this one so we can see what's going on. Still trying to get above this, resistance, old support, new resistance. You see, this is the good thing with people like investing their time, so on, in learning, analysis, risk management, psychology of trading, because an uneducated market is a healthy market. Look, like it's not magic that many people are probably doing the same things based on TA, based on trend lines, based on Eastern indicators or maybe oscillators and so on, or Western indicators. It's because if a lot of like educated people TA wise are trading, then the trades kind of play out for most. You see, like everything gets respected. So it's not a trick that it's being rejected at these levels, that it couldn't get above this support, that this and that and so on and so forth. There is, because there are things other market players are also doing, which goes hand in hand with what we're seeing as well. Okay, so we broke out on the 3-minute chart. Okay, definitely we broke out on the 1-minute chart as well. Broke out of that $17,112, which is good. Now let's see if we can break above the next resistance area, right? I already told you 17,122 levels. Right now, I don't see anything flying, like 9 seconds left. I don't see anything implying, telling me get out yet. 2, 1. Okay. We might see, a continuation if anything else, because I don't see anything implying, just short term, okay? I don't see anything implying otherwise. And we're talking short term, so short term. Not short term, we might actually get to see the levels of 17.13, 17.144. Let's just say, be a bit more conservative, between 17.138 to 17.144, okay? We still need to get above this one though, first, 17.122. But nice strong candle on the 3-minute chart, okay? MACD trying to get, like, okay, now it's bullish, but it can change fast, but MACD looking bullish. We just got a positive momentum on the histogram as well, so let's watch it live. Yeah, showing the same on my end. I thought it was going to go down even more, but I don't know. Yeah, like we are back above that key level, that support slash resistance level. So for now, not yet. For now, probably not going down more yet. Not for now, and I literally mean for now, okay? We'll see as we go a bit higher, but on the higher time frames, yeah, do not rule that out. Things are not looking good if Bitcoin closes anywhere, close to 1780, 1750, and so on. Like, that's not a good look on the higher time frames. And the higher time frames outweigh the lower time frames, so it's good to keep that in mind. So now if you're looking at the 3-minute, 1-minute, then stick to the 3-minute, 1-minute when it comes to those paper trades as well. Otherwise, you might get burned. We're above 1722, close above it. Yes, eventually around 17.138 to 17.144, somewhere around these levels, yeah. 9 seconds left. Okay, there we go. Both prior candles closed, out pretty nicely, the bulls. This is live TA. That's why I love your questions, like go, because it's like anybody else watching the stream right now or replaying it is gonna be benefiting also, from the way we discuss things and how we look at it, TA wise and so on and so forth. So, good questions always bring out, better answers even. So let's see now. Now we are at resistance. Now it's a different story. How far did we go? 17.139. Okay. And I said between 17,138 to 17,144 levels. Not coincidence that it kind of bounced back around 72, which is, the old resistance acted a bit as support, but doesn't mean it can't go any lower. Let's have a look because now we kind of hit, around that resistance level that I was talking about. Hey, Sinner, welcome back. Welcome back. Hope you've had a good day. Making bags. Well, as long as we don't lose bags, I hope you've had a good one. Have a look at what the 1 minute chart is telling us. Pretty much the same. Trying to hold resistance, trying to act as some type of support now. So you see how fast the people playing this time frame either shorted, either out of their positions and sold and so on, right around resistance levels on the shorter time frames. Mago. Are you making bags, Sinner? How's it going for you? Are you still not, doing much, just watching the market? Or are your paper trades doing a bit better nowadays? Or and we are below, like if we close below 17,122, we are going back a bit lower again. Probably back to these levels, 17,100-ish, 17,090-ish, between this range. We'll see. What happened? So this one closed at 17,122.63. Still not like below it really. So you see, it's interesting. Do you see how it's playing out, Mago? But the minute it does, it's a different story. Okay. Awesome. Seconds left. We'll see how this goes. Sinner. I wish you were, well, you can just replay the show later. But if you're watching from like 20 minutes ago or something like that, you would have been a bit blown away because, you wouldn't have been, ranting that it makes you go crazy, because things like this, these types of discussions, when seeing it live, seeing that TA is respected, it actually makes you respect the TA even more. Yeah, I know. I'm glad you came. Like you're at least you're not missing, the the whole action, so you're not that late, so it's okay. And we're talking hypothetical trades, guys. So people don't turn around and go like, "Oh, I'm gonna send you money." So this is just hypothetical trades, guys. Okay. All we do is respect the TA and if the TA plays out and gets respected. Simple. Still trying to hold above 17,122. Still trying to hold above it. On the verge of breaking it though. But still trying to hold above it. Let's zoom in a bit closer now. On the 1 minute, it's more like breaking 17,117. Okay, that would be it if we break below 17,117. This was an awesome trade. I'm gonna go. Good. You see, nice fiery questions. Like on the 3 minute chart, MACD is still looking bullish, positive momentum on the histogram. But we do have a hint of bearish divergence going on already on one of the oscillators. So keep that in mind. And we already hit resistance targets, and so on. Thank you, Mago. Thank you. Like, I'm glad you liked it. I'm glad you find it valuable, especially because that's the most important thing. Point is to, well, I don't fish that often, but point is to help you fish yourselves because, well, that's the point with the Patreon also. Because then you can literally have a look at any market, and kill it yourself. Literally kill it yourself. Yep, monthly close has come in. Sinner, monthly close came and is already in action. We can't, do much with it right now, except that this prior monthly close ended in a horrible way, with sell pressure coming in. So, you know, not looking the best. Not looking the best. Like it's better to give it, some more time to mature. On the weekly, it's looking a bit better for the bulls. A bit better for the bulls. But it came. It's on, happening. So yeah, lovely people. Unfortunately, I have to go because I'm a bit tired. But Sinner, just replay the show. Like you might have missed, one of your favorite TA action. We talked about Sol, so just replay and you'll find it there. Um, I wished like I had better news for you when it comes to Sol, but unfortunately, like I told it as it is. Okay, perfect, Mago, perfect. I'm glad you guys tuned in. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for all the love, um, the likes, the contributions, everything in between. I hope you have a wonderful sleep and a wonderful day going ahead. And I'll catch you on the next one. Oh, yeah, don't forget to share it with your friends and so on, if you find value in it yourselves. Good night and have a good night's sleep.